Hello guys, my name is BJ Min, the publisher of HowExpert.com, where we publish short how-to guides on very unique and innovative topics by everyday experts. And today we have a special guest interview with one of our HowExpert authors. Her name is Fefe Ho, and I want to show you, she's the author of Kpop 101, which is one of the first guides out there in Amazon. In fact, as of right now, if you go on audible.com, I'm going to show you right now real quick, guys. Kpop 101, this is written by Fefe Ho, published by HowExpert. It's going to show you everything that you need to know and want to know about K-pop. A lot of people are interested in this topic. And if you go to Amazon, you type K-pop, this is the first audiobook in the world about K-pop. Okay, the first audiobook in the world. And she has her own YouTube channel. If you want to go check out her YouTube channel, lists a lot of songs from K-pop. If you're a fan of that, youtube.com/user refo101. I want to quickly explain to you, there will be a link below the video. You can get the Kindle version, paperback, or audiobook for Kpop 101. I want to read to you about who Fefe is very briefly right now. Fefe is a writer and a translator. But more importantly, she has been a K-pop fangirl for almost 10 years. Her biases are Suga from BTS and the entirety of EXO. She spends her free time crying over her biases pictures and participating in all aspects of her fandom. As a trilingual, English, Chinese, and Korean, she helps translate interviews, songs, and videos for international fans. Other than K-pop, Fefe is also a fan of Cpop singers such as B, Leehom, Wang, and G.E.M. Tang. Her favorite authors are Vladimir Nabokov, Laini Taylor, and Maggie Stiefvater. She's also a freelance writer. If you want to check out her freelance writing services, she's done a lot of work for employers out there. You can click on the link below the video, go to the freelancing website called upwork.com and check out her writing services. Fefe, welcome to the interview. How are you doing?
Hello, good. Hearing my biography read out loud is kind of embarrassing.
Don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. It's very unique, you know. That's what HowExpert focuses on, and you really had a unique topic, and also K-pop worldwide is just blowing up. So I was very interested in this topic. So let's get to your story. How did you first discover K-pop?
Well, actually, since I'm Chinese American, when I grew up, I was listening to Cpop, Chinese pop, and I actually hated K-pop in the beginning because I thought it was unfair that they were so popular and Cpop wasn't popular. But then I realized, I fell in love with it, and I realized why they're so popular. And actually, I was on the blogging website, and people just kept blogging about K-pop, even though I wanted to see Cpop, and I just somehow got dragged into it.
Interesting. You say that was a blogging website. Was it like a famous website? Is it still famous right now, that website that you're talking about?
Tumblr, actually.
Okay. Oh, so there was a little bit of mini blogs everywhere about it then, Tumblr.
Yeah.
Do you still go to Tumblr and search for information on that platform for Korean pop or Chinese pop?
I still do occasionally, but I'm a little bit more busy these days, so I try to stay away from distractions and procrastination. But I still fangirl.
Okay, so
different ways.
So you've been a fan for, you said, 10 years, right? K-pop.
Well, maybe for a Cpop, but K-pop is a little like maybe 4 or 5 years.
Let me ask you about that. That's kind of interesting because why do you think K-pop? I mean, there's C-pop. There's is there J-pop, Japanese?
Yeah, there is.
And then there's K-pop. They all have fans worldwide individually. But why is K-pop seeming to be so popular? I'm not saying they're not. The other ones are not popular. But K-pop seems worldwide. Why?
I think it's because they really utilize social media, like YouTube. Every group or singer has a YouTube and Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that. And they also try really hard to go worldwide. Like I know Cpop and J-pop, they post all their music videos in their own languages. But in K-pop, there's a lot of English, and they're really helpful to international fans.
That's an interesting point. So do they have their own Korean version songs and then they translate it into an English version as well? Most of them, the ones are really
not the English version of the song itself, but like the titles will be in English, and there are a lot of like official subtitles for different fans. And also the fan participation is really important. I mentioned in the book that you have to stream music videos. So you have to keep playing the music video over and over so the view count goes up, and so then the singers can win an award. So it leads a lot of fans to like go crazy and have a bunch of tutorials on how to watch the video on YouTube.
Wait, say that again. That's kind of interesting. What's in it for the fan for the star to get a lot of views? What do they get? The fan get?
Well, it shows that the fans really like them, like love them or obsessed with them, and they win awards.
You want the star to win the award. You guys are suing for. Yeah, that's super fans right there.
Yeah, there's nothing in it for us except, oh my God, my favorite singer got like the music award of the year.
That's fascinating. That's awesome. Let me ask you this: how has there's a lot of fans like you out there all over the world? I remember, Rain.
Oh, Rain. Yeah.
Rain, he's an old school, right? But I remember one time in LA, I went to a club one time, and there was a whole bunch of people waiting in line because Rain was showing up that time. I didn't even see him. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of people from worldwide. It was that fascinating. So let me ask you, how has your life changed after discovering K-pop? How has your life changed?
Well, it like opened a whole new world for me. It's pretty much what my hobbies and everything is related to K-pop now. Like when I'm bored, I can listen to the songs or watch videos or watch some TV shows or movies that are Korean. Basically, I think K-pop just introduced me to Korean culture also, because now I'm studying Korean and I really want to visit Korea and see for myself what the country is like that created all this.
Yes, you create all the stars.
Yeah. I also learned a lot of skills, like on Tumblr, actually, I don't know if it's GIFs or GIFs, but the GIFs.
Yes.
Yeah. Because of Tumblr, I learned how to make those and also how to use Photoshop in general and coding and everything else. I learned a lot because of K-pop.
Did you have your own Tumblr blog?
Yeah, I did before, but now it's not very active. I mostly just look at things instead of blogging. But so I used to make I used to make GIFs and graphics and like a bunch of stuff.
Wow. Because of K-pop, you had the passion for K-pop and you want to express yourself as a fan, and you delve into all these other interests.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Let me ask you this. Is there, right nowadays, for new beginning K-pop fans, where can they get more information to connect with other K-pop fans worldwide? Is there like a popular website online that people can go to learn or meet other like-minded people?
Yeah, now I'm probably like making advertisements, but I don't actually like. Well, I would say the major social media like Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, all of that, and also YouTube. I know there are a lot of videos that are like helpful guides to whatever group or intro to something that they're really funny and educating, I guess. There's also some K-pop websites for news, like, can I say them here? Or
go ahead, yeah, go ahead. This is about free information.
Like All K-pop is one of them, and then there's some others you can Google if you want. And there are some apps like K-pop Amino or BTS Amino where you can just it's kind of like social media but only for K-pop fans, where you can connect.
What was that app called?
Well, for BTS, the boy band group, there's something called BTS Amino, AMINO. Right. And that's an app where you can just interact with other fans.
Okay, so I see. So allkpop.com is the site for people to check.
Yeah, all K-pop. There's news and there's a forum, There's also a store where you can buy things if you want.
Do you like to go to that site and learn when you were into this K-pop? So most people like to go there.
Yeah, I learned a lot about the other groups because when I first got into K-pop, I only liked EXO, but slowly by reading all the news and discussions by other fans, I learned the existence of the other groups.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, like, let me ask you this: can you briefly tell us about the history of K-pop? I know you go through in the book in the '90s and the 2000s. How did it come about? When did it really start?
I think it just started like in the 90s or whatever, but it's mostly just Korean pop. I don't think it really became this entire K-pop thing until it maybe the 2000s when it went international. Because to Koreans it's just pop, right? But to us it's Korean pop. So maybe in 2000s they started having there's the company SM Entertainment. I think they started becoming more worldwide and people started paying attention to it. And maybe Americans didn't know about it until Gangnam Style probably a few years back. Yeah, maybe that's when people who weren't originally into it suddenly started realizing that this was a worldwide trend or phenomenon.
What are some new tips that you have for new K-pop fans just getting started into it? They checked out K-pop on YouTube. It resonates with them, but they want to learn more. They want to get into it more. Like, what's your tips for them?
I think it would be to first you have to choose a group that you really delve into and kind of build everything around. Okay. And once you find some friends I think friends who you can fangirl or fanboy with are really important because when you're by yourself, you feel like you're all alone in this world. But with friends, you realize that there are some crazy people out there who are crazy like you. And it makes everything much more enjoyable. And I think K-pop is just that. It's just really enjoyable and you have to have fun.
Yeah. And very good point. You said start with one group, okay? Let's go into that a little bit, practically speaking. How do you even know which group? Because there's so many groups out there. How do you even know who's good or not? Like, how do you know?
Yeah, that's kind of a problem because most of us were multi-fandom, so we kind of are obsessed with too many groups that are probably too many for our own health. But probably just watch their music videos. Some people, they fall in love with a group solely because of their looks or their personalities, and others because of their music. I think it's more important to like someone, like watch their music video and you think, oh, they're really attractive and I like their music, it's appealing. And then you can watch some interviews or variety shows that the stars go on. Then you'll really see their personality and just fall for them.
Cool. Awesome. Let's get a little bit more into detail about that. Like when you search for, when a beginner searching for a group, do you, let's say you go to YouTube, for example, there's like, do you look for like top 10, like what's the trends? Like what do you search for? Like for America, it's like top 40 or something like that. What is the official name they should type on YouTube to look for the what's popular one? People like to go for the popular ones first.
Well, actually, I don't think there's an official like YouTube trend, but if you type in the top whatever of K-pop, you'll see a lot of fan-made videos, and it'll give you a good idea of who's popular in right now and who's trending
right now.
And if you just type in K-pop in the search bar, a lot of music videos will probably pop out, and you can like just look at the views.
Okay. Okay, cool. It will just show up when you look for top 100 or top K-pop, what's trending right now. Yeah. And also, you made a really good point saying connect with other passionate fans who are into K-pop. My next question is that how do you find these friends? Where do you go to? Where can people go to? Maybe they live in a different country where they don't have a lot of people around them who are into that. Where do they go?
Yeah, that was actually my problem because I grew up in a place that was, I guess you can say, pretty white, because I'm not white, but most of the people around me were, and they didn't really understand why I liked Cpop and K-pop, and they were always like, oh, you and your Asian boys, blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah.
then I went on Tumblr, which I mentioned before, and I just started blogging and talking to other people. And now I have a bunch of internet friends from all over the world, like others in America, New Zealand, Europe, and Asia, all over. And basically just talk and don't be real scared. I guess when you first start with these fangirling and social media, you think that everyone's so scary,
Yes.
but really everyone's just normal fangirls like you. So you
Absolutely.
can just talk to them
So
about.
start from Tumblr, and you found you were blogging, and there was other bloggers blogging about it. And did you connect with them through maybe Facebook or something like that?
We started with the Tumblr Messenger. Like my best friend right now, my two best friends right now, one lives in California and one lives in New Zealand. They started by commenting on my post or just sending a message saying, "Wow, we like the same singers. Let's be friends." And it was just that easy. Now we talk through all different kinds of social media. We also voice call, video call, even though we haven't really met each other in person yet.
Right, right. That's okay. That's okay. You guys have a similar like-minded passion for it, you know? And so even now, for the complete beginner who's maybe she's the only one, like Tumblr's kind of like it was an older site as of right now, but what would be your advice to the new fan who just discovered K-pop now and she wants to find new friends? I mean, what's the new site now? What's the one site? Because there's so many sites.
Well, Twitter, I think it's because a lot of the celebrity stars, idols, they also use Twitter and they interact with fans there. So a lot of the fans internationally use Twitter, and
that's a good
point. A lot of the news and pictures are also from Twitter. So I think I would recommend new fans to follow some fans from Twitter.
That's a very good point. For people who watch this video for now and for the future, search for your artists and see who's commenting. Who are the fans who are commenting to the artists? And you can connect with them through Twitter. Very good advice right there. Okay, another question is, you've been a K-pop fan for like 10 years, long time. I'm sure you like certain groups here, and then you fell out of love for them and you found somebody else. But now, like, no, but you have experience liking someone, not liking them, you move on. So my question to you, for other viewers who are getting started with K-pop, is like, from your experience going up and down with certain artists and whatnot, how do you choose your right group, looking back?
That's a hard question, really. I think it's just if you like, well, it's impossible to like every single song they have out there, but if you like the direction they're going, or you like a majority of their songs, then that's obviously a good sign. And if you follow their social media and watch their videos, and you think that you like them as a person and not as some like high up person, I think that's also really important. Because a lot of the idols, they act like your friends, but some, they're still like, you can't, some are like the boy next door and some are like really high up. So I mean, it depends on what you like.
So from your experience, what did you resonate with more? Someone who was more genuine? What did you like at the end of the day?
Like my bias, the person I like the most right now he's Suga from BTS. Actually, I started off really liking him because there's a fandom joke that he's really lazy. He doesn't like to go outside. He doesn't like talking to people. And whenever they're working, he just wants to lay down and sleep. He also said that he wants to be reincarnated as a rock for the next life, so he doesn't have to do anything. So I just thought, oh, that's so relatable. That's totally me. But then I realized that he's also really hardworking. And he's tired all the time because he works and doesn't sleep ever. And he released a mixtape because he's a rapper that talks about his past struggles in life, which were also really relatable. And I just felt like he is really inspiring to me, and I wish he was my friend.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, that's why.
There might be people watching this right now. Is he your number one favorite right now?
Yes. Even though
What's
the
his
other
name? What's his name? So people out there can know about your bias. It's called bias, right?
Yeah. His name, his stage name is Suga. Is
Suga.
Suga. Yeah.
From BT.
BTS.
Is the group name BTS. Okay, so for those of you guys who are interested, want to know a really solid bias, a singer superstar from someone who actually knows, go check out Suga from Bias. Okay, a couple more questions. What do you wish more people will know about K-pop?
Because K-pop is starting to become more famous. Like BTS, they went to the Billboard Awards this year, and they were the first K-pop boy band group to be at the Billboards, I believe. And actually, you realize that as K-pop becomes more mainstream, so-called mainstream, you see a lot of racist people, which is really, I kind of want to talk about this.
From the public, you're saying?
From the public, because when BTS went to Billboard, a lot of the Americans, who aren't K-pop fans, they would just say, "Who are these Asian people?" and a bunch of other racist things. So I wish that people will understand more about K-pop and realize their hard work and everything that goes into K-pop, instead of just seeing some pretty boys who can dance and sing and are Korean. And also, as fans, I hope that people will realize that not all Koreans are like your K-pop singers, because that's also kind of ignorant if you just decide to go to Korea and just find an oppa. Oppa means older brother in Korea, and it's what you can call your boyfriend.
I know, I'm Korean too, so I totally understand. I don't know much about K-pop, but this is really fascinating. This is actually very interesting. And you know what? I really like this because as someone who doesn't know K-pop, most people may just judge maybe the K-pop superstars like you just said. They just look good, but deep behind the scenes, you guys know more. They work really hard, and same with the fans. You know, you guys are really committed, going out there and exploring, and that's commitment to create your own blogs, developing new skill sets, meeting like-minded people. So it's a whole new interesting community. It's only growing. And what I like about it, it's really spreading the Asian culture, influencing unique things about Asian culture through the world. So you guys are doing it as fans as well. So I want to commend you on that. So for those of you guys who are interested in K-Pop 101, the book written by Fefe Ho right now, there will be a link below the video. Go check it out on ebook, paperback book, and audiobook format. Again, you can check out Fefe's YouTube video channel. She'll have so if you're completely new to this and you want to know what's the trends, I recommend you can check out her YouTube channel. She has a whole list of videos. I saw there's tons of views on some of them. Go check it out. She'll update it. And again, I'm sure. Can you tell us your Tumblr website? Any sites that you relevant to K-pop? Maybe people want to check it out, or if not,
I have a Tumblr. My Tumblr, it's my main one is called Beloved. It's BIILOVED.tumblr.com. I also write fan fiction.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't remember my website because it's a bunch of numbers. But it's on Asian fanfics.
You can send it to me. I'll put in the description link for viewers out there in the future. And she's also a freelance writer. She writes fan fiction. She writes how-to guides. She writes romance, all kinds of stuff. So you can go check out the link below the video. Fefe, I appreciate your time. Thank you for being on the interview.
Thank you.
And, it's really cool that you're passionate about this topic, and I hope you can inspire other people to get more into it and you can make an impact positively out there.
Thank you very much.
Take care, Fefe. Take care.
Take care. Have a good day. Bye.